Hello, this is Rachel Wilson, the CEO, president, and founder of Anointed Works, but also the producer of Zion Studio and the author, Artzine and Eklectos. Today, though, I'm coming to you formally as the producer. We're working on a new project, well, four projects. Bard Tales, House of Ballads, Bard Tales, Make a Joyful Noise, Snapshot, and a few short stories, a collection of short stories. But currently, we are facing obstacle after obstacle. We cannot seem to get the workforce required, the people with the proper skills, and even if we could, payroll is not something my company can get right now. I've done a lot of research. I've looked into this. The insurances alone for what I need with my company, it's just not cool. I don't have $20,000 for and then for my security, it was $150,000. You get the idea. It's just a lot of money. So currently, we have been forced to do everything ourselves. That's office work, writing up contracts, recruiting, the social media, promotion, marketing, setting up our shops, everything you can think of, the trademarks. We haven't, it seems like, in my opinion, made much of a dent. But in the middle of all of this, the Lord has been very consistent about one thing: finish something, anything. So I decided, out of everything that has to have my attention and everything that I could really pour all of my energy into, it's going to be Snapshot. Snapshot is the Christian counter to the Life is Strange franchise. That's not me saying, oh, they went and made this, let us go and Christianize it because we're better. No, that's not what is happening here. I like Snapshot because Christians like secular entertainment. I've met so many Christians, I can't even tell you, who at the end of the day truly do like secular entertainment. And I'll tell them, we really shouldn't be paying Lucifer. We should not be batting for the team in that way. What do I mean by that? If you're a Christian and you're watching this, do you watch Disney films? Do you watch Nickelodeon shows? Did you read Harry Potter, Twilight, Avengers, Justice League, Batman, Superman, 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, I know Christians who wouldn't watch 50 Shades of Grey. The list goes on. So clearly we have a problem in the Christian community. We have Christians who have justified feeding their spirit bad content. We shouldn't do that. It's called hypocrisy. I know the world wants to think that we can all coexist, but we can't. Not on this. Not on this. Anointed Works is one of those companies in existence that has the audacity and the nerve to call people out on this stuff. So what my team does in the art department, which is Zion Studio, we will observe some secular content. Before anybody says anything, no, that's not a contradiction. Solomon himself went out to test wisdom, and he did a whole bunch of things that were not godly or not Christian, but he got the Lord's permission to do it. I don't get that. I don't understand that. But I too went before the Lord and prayed and fasted on this topic because I did not want to come off as a hypocrite. So there is a huge difference in talking with lost people, observing what they do at a safe distance, but not endorsing or engaging with the Avon itself or transgressing. I'll give you a quick example. If I wanted to better understand the world of a thief, why they steal, and try to witness to a thief, I don't go and rob a bank to try to understand the thief. But if I happen to bump into a thief and ask them for their story, like, why do you do this? Just help me understand. Were you starving? Is it sport? Were you mad? And I sit down with that thief and I talk to them, and then another person sees me, a pastor, sitting and talking to a thief. They want to say guilty by association, how dare you? That works in some instances, but not this. I would definitely call somebody guilty by association if they were saying they were a Christian and then they went and endorsed and supported abortion and sat down with women who agree with abortion and see nothing wrong with what they're doing, and then thumbs upped it and amened it. Guilty by association. The Christian may not say, well, I'm not going to abort my kid, but these people want to, and I'm talking with them and I'm giving them a thumbs up. It's fine. That's guilty by association. Being at the wrong place at the wrong time until proven guilty is guilty by association in some court scenarios. And you have to have evidence to prove that just because you were standing there, or you were in the room, or you were a friend to the person who is under question doesn't make you guilty, but they will use guilty by association until proven innocent. And what Anointed Works is doing, what Zion Studio is doing, we have enough sense and we have enough knowledge and wisdom for what we need to do when it comes to these titles. Some titles we can observe, some we cannot. What you feed your spirit will matter. So when we go at these titles, we ask the Lord to protect our heart, to rebuke the enemy, and to purify the situation. Because we want to try to understand just a little bit what it was about that production that got these people excited. After we learn what the main theme is, then we turn around, sit down amongst ourselves and go, okay, in this title, they emphasized puppies, ducks, foxes, and they made them cute. But by game or manga 2, those animals, their appearance changed. And not only did the appearance change, the profanity, sexual themes, the propaganda of politics suddenly comes in game 1, game 2, game 3, and up. Manga 1, manga 2, and up. It started out okay. It started out innocent, but then there was a shift. And that's where the indoctrination of devils come in. My team doesn't stay for the whole show. My team doesn't stay for the entire play out of whatever the manga, the game, the comic, whatever it is that we're observing. We don't actually stay the whole time, because that would be pleasure. Pleasure means you endorse, you like it, you're okay with it. But the forgers of Zion Studio, and myself included as the producer, we're not okay with anything that is going on. Now, when I read Solomon's story, I wouldn't go so far as to say he was okay. You can't add and subtract into the word of the Lord, and I wasn't there, and I wasn't in his head, but nowhere did he say that what he was testing and what he observed was, he seemed angry. He seemed bothered and flustered over quite a few themes of what he went to go out and test, including insanity. So before people come at us, I just wanted to make this video to invite you to ask us these questions, because we'll give you the scripture. I want you guys to see the transparency behind what we are doing, and I don't want you to be confused. Lord's not the author of confusion. I would never confuse my viewers. I would never confuse the readers or the visitors to the website or any of our social communities or in person. I am a Christian. I am a pastor. I do not approve of sin, Persia, or Avon in any way. It's not okay. And it will never be praised in the works that we produced. But realistically, you're going to have characters of light, characters of dark. There's going to be the fight. Some are going to get saved. Some aren't going to get saved. Some were saved, fell into the darkness, never got back out of it. We create believable scenarios. We have to. It's unrealistic to just produce works of light that don't talk about struggles or hardships or someone's backslide if they were a Christian and then them getting right with the Lord again. All of these types of stories are going to be talked about. And when people do read the book, name me one biblical character apart from Christ primarily Christ, and Hezekiah, maybe Levi. Outside of those three, show me someone who didn't have a problem. A lust problem, a lying problem, a whore problem. Show me somebody that didn't struggle with some of these temptations. It's all over the book from start to finish. So my work, rightfully, well, the team as well, their work is included, will never present to you guys something that is out of your reach, something that never happened. I just wanted to make that clear, that Anointed Works, who are we? What do we do? We are a Christian company that produces visual novels, ebooks. We will not produce manga. It's too hard. We don't like the M word, we call it. We don't like the M word. But we produce these works to counter those titles. Why? 2 reasons. We want people to get saved, but we also want to give the Christians basically what they want. If they keep going and purchasing content and engaging with the content that is clearly pagan and secular, and they're not going to call it out for what it is like my team has, all right, then we're going to give them that same content, but with the Lord in it, with a moral compass, and oh yeah, that word called consequence. Consequence. When you watch a Disney film, it's always happily ever after, it seems like. Are the Christians aware that a majority of Disney's movies are already based off of productions that have already been made, like the Grimm brothers? If you all don't know the Grimm brothers and the fairy tales of the Grimm brothers, go look that up. Disney was a little nicer with some of those stories. Then there's all the pagan mythologies that they throw out there, and all of the indoctrination of devils that's going on behind the scenes of these supposed family-oriented works. So my problem is I have all these Christians around me, and a majority of them will justify their reasons for owning these game consoles and having all these comics or mangas or their subscriptions to Hulu, Crunchyroll, etc. And when they try to tell me there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, I've been there. When I was in the world and I wanted those things for pleasure purposes, I know what they are like. I know what they do. I know what's in them. People can't just say, well, there's nothing wrong with this. How would you know? Because I bought and engaged with these themes openly. My parents brought them to me in their ignorance. Now they understand that it was wrong, but back then they didn't think much of it. It's not hard. If people are disciplined and they want to please the Lord, they will not do these things. They just will not. They won't openly chase Lucifer's fire and his pleasures of the earth. What they will do is expose it for what it is. And that is where Anointed Works comes in, and Zion Studio. We expose these works for what they are. We don't do it in a mean way. This isn't about pointing a finger at our rivals and going, you filthy, dirty, no, that's not a hava. All we do is just go, all right, this is what you guys like, but you all who are Christians should not be liking that stuff. But because you are, try us. Try us, because we put in the time and the energy and the labor to observe certain titles and pulled what we thought was definitely going to tickle your all's fancy, redid it, made it original, and threw it back to you, put it on a silver platter, steam coming off, and we're saying, eat this. Feed your spirit this. It's not, in my opinion, it won't make any sense to go feed oneself darkness and justify it, but then ridicule the company that was willing to go into the darkness and to defeat it and to come out and to say, we did it. We figured out the why. We know why this is attractive. So here's that same thing, but better. I'll see you guys later. I hope this made sense and gives you an idea as to what we do. Bye.